Rightio. So we are finally getting our uranium fuel rods up and running. I've built everything from all the production lines required, and the last thing I need to do is go and set up the train schedules to bring the uranium in, and then it'll start producing the rods. Bare minimum effort, you did the smart option of not connecting it yet. I've seen people irradiate half the world before nuclear plants are even operational. Yep. And the real reason why I did it that way is so I didn't have to like listen to tick, 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 tick the whole time I'm building. Actually, go this way. Hostile activity, I'm sure. Right. Oop. So, this is uranium number 2 load. We'll add that first, and then the unload station. Or the incessant beeping if it accidentally picks them up. Yeah, exactly. And sometimes you have to save your game, go back to the main menu and reload to turn off the beeping. That's a bug that's been around ever since they added uranium. They've never fixed it. Alright, let's go. Okay, so I've got to work out a signaling problem. And I think I know what it is. I think I need to make I'm still working out my signaling here, how I designed it. So I'm going to go back to the other end, because I think I haven't put the right signal at the other end. I never actually tested it out. So we're about to find out. They still haven't separated passive and hostile creature audio like they had in update 8. So to mute the annoying green birds, I have to mute everything. Yeah, right. That's frustrating. For me it's waterfalls. They need to separate waterfalls. So I think I need a block. I think that was it. That's what it was needing. Yep, you've noticed they're really bloody loud. Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I don't build much near waterfalls anymore. Like building along that waterfall edge there, I had to turn it off for a bit. One little block signal. Yep, that's all it is. One block sign and it stops everything. I think I do remember figuring out some of that. And while we wait for that train to come in, here it comes. We're going to go and start the other train. So I'm bringing uranium from 2 sources. So is this the first time starting nuclear power this batch? So in this playthrough, yes. I've done it a few times before. Oh, we just tapped. Right. So hopefully this... Oh, I didn't do... I think that's all I need now. There we go. Bare minimum effort. I wondered why so much of one of my networks were broken. Old save. Turns out for half of it, I put block in and path out. Oh, right, instead of path in and block out. There's a horn, Plutonium. Yes. There's actually 2 horns. There's an Easter egg horn that is an old-fashioned whistle. Alright, can I do it twice in a row? No. That was totally a, like, yep. Alright, let me just, I've got to, getting the Easter egg whistle, hilarious. It's good timing, yeah. That's actually the reason why, believe it or not, that's the reason why I do the train whistle all the times. Because I love getting that Easter egg. Alright, so we're supposed to be getting, and this is a perfect timing here, these 2 trains should be providing the 600 uranium. And you can see it's providing more because I've only got 1 output. That's all I need. So we're bringing 300 from each site. Now I can't remember. What was your most memorable update? Mine was Pipes Update 3, although I like seeing barrels on the belt. Yeah, definitely Update 3. Yeah, it was a fantastic update. No doubt about it. Right. So let's check out our production lines. Because this is the first time this is all run now. These encased uranium cells processing. 100% first go. Oh, you gotta love it. And because this is taking the output of my sulfuric acid, taking it around here, feeding it into these packages that pack it, take it around to here, and if there's any overflow, if there's a build up, it'll sink it and overflow it. Otherwise, it unpackages it and then sends that down back and joins in to the production line of my sulfuric acid here. And these are only running at this percentage because it's all been backed up for a while, but now it's not. And I have the correct amount of canisters coming in that are being made, as well as the recycled canisters. So the and I overflow what doesn't get used and gets sunk. Bare minimum, there's also a reload one for the rebar gun and rifle. The rebar gun flies out of your hand. The rifle overfills the ammo canner, so you get to shoot more rounds before a reload. Nice. I find VIP junctions can also work well if balanced properly, but warm-up takes a while. Yeah, I wanted to remove any issues whatsoever and have a guaranteed, I know it's going to work if I package it and sync it on overflow, because there's no way it can back up. So we'll come around here. Alright, so they're coming in. It's slowly dispersing into the system because they are coming in at it's supposed to be 300 a minute each, so it's 20 each. So it's just waiting for a while to saturate. And what I've done too is right, where it's doing their first production line run. Yep. I'm not sending any
Thank you, SpongeBob, for the raid of 23 viewers.
Because I want to build up before I send it into all the reactors. Sponget's coming with a raid. Welcome, Sponget. How was Pal World? Good to see you. Welcome, viewers. If you're not following Sponget, please drop him a follow, folks. You've just got to click that little love heart icon. It's that easy. So we are just turning on our uranium now. I'm waiting for our first rods to be made. And there's supposed to be some coming from that way as well. I have not seen a rod yet. Congrats, nuclear is so annoying. Yeah, I've spent a bit of time here setting it all up. I've got, I was showing earlier. Oh, there's the first one. I can see there. I got some overflow happening to prevent build-up. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it's worked out. Waster, hello, welcome. You really want to do it this time? It can be possible. Right, I saw one. Yeah, okay, it's two. I've only got them on a Mark 1 conveyor belt. If you restart again, I'll quit the game. A lot of people do. Do the reactors use a lot of them? Then I guess they actually don't. One reactor... Well, let me show you another way. So half a fuel rod per minute is what each reactor uses. And that's a reactor that's been overclocked to 250%. So I'm making 25, I'm only making 6 uranium fuel rods per minute to power 12 reactors. So I'm only making what I need. Now I'm waiting for them to come in, but they are. Oh, are they disappearing? Where are they going? Maybe they haven't made it there yet. Oh, right. There's a buffer inside the smart splitter. So it's actually filling the smart splitter up first before it goes into here. So I won't have a buffer if it's exact. This is correct, but this is what I'm doing first, right? Is that a stack of uranium fuel rods are 50 and I've got 12 reactors. So I'm going to wait until I've got 600 rods built up, and then I'm going to set this smart splitter to send them through, and they will feed through and they'll all come online one after the other. And I've actually set it to the way they're going to work. So we're still going to wait a few minutes for that to happen, but I'm going to do some other building before we get to that. Is that they come down here and into the reactor, and only when the reactor's full, overflow into the next reactor. So we're going to go, it keeps doing this all the way around. And then this other belt here is the, oh, I haven't hooked those up, this is the waste. So I will need to do that. So there are a few little things I have to finish first, but each reactor will create 25 waste per minute. Your plan is to sink fuel rods until I have processing up and running? Yep, fair enough. Alright. And then what I'm going to do is actually store this waste into some storage buffers, and it'll just build up until I unlock plutonium. And when I unlock plutonium, I'm going to turn off that smart splitter over there and stop feeding in rods to my reactors, and then wait until I've exhausted my waste, and then I will turn them back on. So I want to get it down to a fully cycling system. You don't have to do it this way, this is just the way I thought to do it. And here we are in waterfall territory. And then these are the fixonium reactors, so they have no waste. These three, this is the third option, and then these are the plutonium reactors. Very organised way, so yeah, I spent a lot of time getting all this set up before the rods were ready to go, because I find I rush things. So my next step is I still have to hook up the power cables at the back and do a couple of changes here to how all this is laid out. But I think what I'm going to do, so this is where the waste is going to come out. That's plutonium. This is uranium waste here. So I want to put some industrial buffers down low. And then I have to hook up the power cables at the back of all the reactors. Rushing is why I burn out so much bare minimum effort. Using game modes, I forced myself to slow down. Yeah, absolutely. No, I learnt a long time ago about rushing, and I try not to do it. And that's why I like my spreadsheet that I use, because all I do is I look at what is next, and then I go, okay, I do that, and then I'm not getting overwhelmed with lots of other things. So I think I'm going to leave some of this will be, no, actually. I need to bring the power over here so I can hover. That's what this was for, temporarily. You can't rush this game? Well, I can't, so I can never get it to work. Wakester. This, no one's ever said a truer word. So as long as the uranium is coming in fast enough, then I'll be right. Everything will just work. One factory per item for you at the moment, bare minimum. No need more of one item. I build another factory. That's the best way to play, I find. That's how I play. I'm going to get rid of these because I don't need them anymore. That one there for the minute. So while I wait for that 600 to build up, I'm just doing a lot of this building. I need to organise the waste. That's my most important step. That's what I'm working on right now. Back to work, no worries. We'll chat soon. it's going to put that over there. So I've got one ready to go. And it's on the middle. Now, I don't need... Well, let's work out... Well, yeah, I suppose I do need it on that platform. The leaves I can get rid of. I don't think anything else is clipping. Oh, no, that's right. Yeah. That's right. So I'm going to come down one. No. I think I'm going to need to go... Well, why don't I go too high? No. But I think what I will do is... Tell you what though, why don't I have it sitting on this? There's no reason why I can't have it on this little island. This could be my waste island. Wagster, I love the blueprint of your reactor setup. Looks great. Wagster, I can give you one better. Just go to that link. You can download the save file. Every episode, I update an individual save file. So you can download saves from the beginning of the playthrough all the way through to now. That works. Nice. And then I could probably still do... Alright, so that one... I'd get lost with your factory if it's massive. Well, only one way to find out. Dive on in. Okay, that can't go there because of... yeah, no, it can't. That's right. Now, if that can't go there, then if I put it there, but you can load it up into the Satisfactory calculator interactive map as well. and look at it that way if you wanted to. So there's that one, and then I might be able to get, I'll get a couple in. That looks about right, doesn't it? Yeah. Right, that's going to give you so much power. That's set up 75,000 megawatts with these reactors, the 12. The other 6 I think is another 38,750, and the last 3 is I think 7,500 megawatts, something like that. So I might leave that there. I'm going to get rid of these shelf beams. They're really hard to... Where does the... I like that. Yep. Right, so 50, 80. Now they're running at 76%. What's holding us back? The uranium cells aren't coming in fast enough. So let me check a few things out. Alright, so case uranium cells are 20 each. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So a Mark III belt needs to exist. Here. That needs to be Mark III. And then what? It's... So it should be... That numbers look right. So I'm going to go back and check. Well, hold on. We're supposed to be bringing in... We are bringing in 300 a minute. So we're getting the right number in. So I don't need to check back that way. These ones on this side are all... They're about to hit 100%. It's all of these. 72... I may just be impatient. No, see this here. Not getting enough in. What's 20 per minute? 12. Oh. I've made too many. Hold on a minute. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 is the right amount. 15. 300 divided 15 is 20 each. If I'm right, I think saturation needs to occur. Now here we go. This only needs to be Mark 1. Is what's stealing them. Yeah, that was what was stealing from the production line. And that's what was sending some to be overflowed. That's what it was. Awesome. All right, we're getting to the bottom of it. Chris Kuhl, I just finished my first rocket fuel power plant using only 600 crude oil, the blended fuel alt recipe and heavy oil residue recipe. It's making just short of 144,000 megawatts. However, I'm just sinking the composite coal from the blenders. I could just burn it and make more to get me over the 144 gigawatts power. That's awesome. That is a substantial amount of power. Absolutely awesome. It's pretty good, the old rocket fuel. In this playthrough, my goal is to automate every automatable recipe in the game. So even Shadow Rebar and not Shadow Rebar, yeah, well, Stun Rebar, Shadow Noblesse, whatever they are. All the ones you never use, they're all being automated. So this is the nuclear part of it. The first phase of all 3 stages. Alright, so I'm just going to need to let this pan out for a bit more while that builds up. We've got 108, so I need 500 more. So I want to tidy all this up. The reactor, how all this pairs together. I'm wondering if I just do some of this. Yep, they build slow, so should catch up right. Exactly, yep. Now, I was thinking about this the other day. But our ticking has begun. I think I just need to do a few things like this on those bits, and then even oops. Get back in my hands. Yeah. These bits here, thinking of using some of these big concrete pillars to kind of is there a nice way to they don't rotate nicely like the other ones do. Gotta think about it. I have almost 700 hours still. Never completed a playthrough though. I finally got to Nuke Noblest stage and set up an arsenal and ordered every Noblest and homing rifle ammo. Nice. That sounds awesome. It's a nice healthy amount of Satisfactory hours. Any amount of hours in Satisfactory is healthy. You know, yeah. This is just trying to tidy things up. I think this is how we're going to do it. Yeah. I'm going to work my way around like this for a bit. I'll just check on these every so often. Yeah, 87%. That's all it was. It was just that one belt speed that was off balancing everything. Nice. Yeah, I have one excuse that I use, and you've got some of these corners are what are they called? It's a concreting term. Expansion joints. That's right. Rather than try and build up those areas, they're just going to be expansion joints. Hold on, that's off. That's not what I wanted. Cheap game I think you might like is my Mogul. Very addictive. Yeah, I've played a bit of that. Got a few episodes on YouTube. I'm going to go back to it at some point soon. It's yeah, it's very cool. It's very addictive indeed. I very much enjoyed it. I haven't played since the latest big update. Because I've been busy with a few other projects, but really enjoy it. It's a great great game. Can you use a beam method and put a third angle in that corner to blend it nicer? The thing is, right, there's going to be no way I can have the ramps nice. So I need to, there's just some things I just accept. Because the top part of the ramp's always going to cross over with the bottom part of the ramp. Like that. So, like I say, expansion joints. Some of these, I need to get all my power right too. And at the end of the day, only me and you are the ones that are going to know. The next person that comes in chat's going to go, wow, that looks amazing. And by the way, I really like how you left those expansion joints in there. They look cool. That's how I see it. Now, while we're doing this, manufacturer pole, a constructor pole, really? I'm going to go with the blender pole. Would really like to work out how Fluxo was able to get a really nice curve with the concrete ramps. I mean, there's a couple of ways you can do it. One way you can do it is load your save in the Satisfactory calculator, and then you can just right click on a ramp and go spawn around foundation, and you can create like you could create a road, and you can go how wide it is. So if I want say 1, you go the length, and then how many steps. So you go say 16 steps, and the curvature. So if I just went 10, and it's not going to work for me right now. But that's one way you can do it. I haven't done it for a while. I can't remember. But yeah, you can use it to do spawn around and just create a circle like that, and it creates a circle. You can create hollow circles. So you can do all that stuff in here really easily. And then you can just download your save. And then the curves, you should check out the what's his name? DC1, the DC1 method, and that shows you how to do the curves with the foundations, and you should be able to adapt that straight to the ramps. Oh, you're kidding me. Didn't know that? This is awesome. I've only used the Satisfactory modeler. Yeah. The Satisfactory calculator has been around since pretty much 1.0, since the early access days. It's been around a lot longer. And actually, if you want a more detailed understanding of how it works, there's a link to a full tutorial series. It's a little bit out of date. Some of the items are moved in the menu. But understanding how how to use a bird's eye view program to create 3D objects. It takes a little bit of understanding, and that's what my tutorials try and educate on how that works. Not a problem at all. There's plenty of things on that website of mine you can check out. Satisfactory Guru. Alright, so I'm going to take this. I'm wondering, I might actually, I need to go to the toilet quickly. I'll be back in a minute. Right, yeah, that's much better. I was full to the gills. Let's just bring some power over here for a sec so I can hover. Alright, I'm going to do that. I think that's going to work. I shouldn't have... Well. So... Excuse me. That's an interesting feature. The blueprint designer just loads up the pole. I reckon there. Now that clips in, doesn't it? It's not going to be... No, okay, alright. It's not what I want. Glad I tested it. Well, I reckon... Yeah, I reckon we'll have it. Like that. That's joined, is it? It is now. Alright. Maybe there. I reckon there. What's that look like? I think that'll be alright. Either that or I could double it. Nah. No. I'm going to do that. We'll just keep working our way around. I could get maybe there. Actually, that's going to look worse. It might be better if it's just there. does look better. Now, what about this? That's supposed to go there. Whoa, that's crap. That's better. This one is a little bit off, but it's needed. This one's a different story. Let's just blow this up. This is from the geothermals. I'll be getting rid of that. It was just for my original hovering building. Yeah, this one's going to be annoying. Bound to be one or two. You know what? I reckon we can get that through the eye. Ah, that's perfect. Just like I intended all along. This one might be a different story. Alright. Perfect. Now this one might be a bit different. We can do it like that. There's going to be a few exceptions to the rule. There's that annoying waterfall I was telling you about earlier. One of the many. Thankfully we won't be in this area for too long. This one might be a double banger. I'm okay at being in the rock that way, just not the other way. Nothing says electricity more than water. Let's get some of these. That one I'll just go straight into the ground. Right, that over to here. reckon I might just go. No. Should have done this first. Oh yeah, actually that'll go nice. Perfect. Alright. Don't need that anymore. Now you're over here, so you're gonna go. Be a bit close to this one, but that's okay. Now I might actually, at this point here, maybe I do it to there. So that goes to there. That goes to there. No, actually... do it this side. I might do it. Because I've got 5, there's no real middle. I'll do it over here. Actually. Oh, don't give me that. Oh, that shits me, the diagonal nudge. I want it like that. Probably... I'll put that there. Then I'll join that to there. And I'll do this. So that's going to go to there. So that will go to there. That goes to there. No clipping there. Right, so it's all hooked up to the main grid now. That's what I wanted to do. Power switch. Priority power switch, actually. So I'm going to do this. How am I going to do this? So which one's A? So that's A, and then that goes to B. This is a reactor. Water generators, water extractors. I suppose this doesn't matter, but that needs to go here. Doesn't really matter, does it? Right. I don't think that matters here, but I wanted it there anyway. I'm going to put another one at the main entrance to the power to the whole facility. So then, some doggos, they didn't escape on me with the April Fools. That looks better. Just a couple little tweaks here and there, and it looks like $1 million. Yeah, that's it. Alright, how many we got? 100, 200, 250, nearly 275, nearly 280. Not there yet. These running at 100%. They are running at 100%, 34%. Okay, so my electromagnetic control rods are suffering. Why is that? My stators are suffering. My wire is suffering. Right, okay, yep, this will be a belt issue. Let's have a look. 40 for each belt. So that's 40, 80, 120. So that should be Mark 2. That should be Mark 2. That should be Mark 2. I think that's Mark 4. That's Mark 4. No, we're not making enough. Supposed to be making 40 per minute. 40 times 9 is 360. I'm only bringing 270. There's a Mark 3 belt I've missed along this production line because I went and upgraded this and I've missed one Mark 3 thing. Maybe not. It's Mark 4. It's this one here. Is it? No, because this is... Copper's not coming in fast enough. That's what's going on. This is why I don't power them up straight away and I'll watch the production line. So ingots I need to be bringing in 180. But is this a... Let's check. So they should all be Mark 1s. That would be Mark 1 going to there and there. That would be... That would be Mark 2. Because I'm sharing it between two. So that'll be my issue. This should pop up now to 180. I've made one mistake here too. I never put an overflow in. Alright. I can fix that. Right. There we go, and then you know what I might do? That's right. I might shoot it. Okay, now my overflow is where? Where can I steal the overflow? The overflow, there's one over here, but I didn't really want to steal that one. There's one up here, that's right. Okay, so that might work. It would need to be this side, wouldn't it? What if we went that way? That's going to get in the way. Oh, what about that? That. Alright, I like finding these little inconsistencies. It's off. But let's try something. It's off in two ways, just one. Doesn't work. Oh, what about? Actually, hold on. Let's just be a bit sensible about it. Yeah, let's just do this. Let's not go for stupidly silly. got my line off. It's a bit frustrating, but it's going to be there. That's better. Alright, and then I can just do can't do that one, that's fine. Alright, so then all that is right can be overflow. So now if there's any excess that comes in like that, and we won't back up. And then what that means is our throughput monitor will be accurate. It's got it here, 217, and it's supposed to be bringing in 180. Yep. So now, once that buffer and all those in that machine flushes out, like it has now, and we get through a proper amount, that should reduce down. But now we should be getting the right amount of this. Let's go and check. That's the first mistake I've found. Well, maybe the second. 3 a minute, so 360 is what's supposed to be. So I'm still missing 60. I might put a an indicator over here, so I can check at this end. I made a mistake. No, I've got the right amount of machines, so something's not right. Oh, that's okay. These have all got to be marked too. Let me make sure that's correct. That's where I'm missing 60. That'll be all it is. There it is. That's Mark 2. That's Mark 2. This should pump up to 360 any second. And this over here should be back to, should be now 180. That's what it should be. I really love these signs I've put on everything. It just makes this diagnosing so much easier. Well, I need to let that run for a bit. I want to let's just finish this off first. Right, so that's a circle of all the generators, and that connects to a circle of all the water extractors, and then so I kind of want I think I like that there. Okay, I can get rid of this. No, not yet. I think I'm going to put one of these here and connect those to the middle of it. And then hook that to the tower. I think I like that the best. And then that connects to that. So now I can get rid of that. Shouldn't have lost any power then. That's fine. I can get rid of that. And then, so this is the main power in. Let's have a look. That was to go to there. No. This is my nuclear production line. This is everything. And it's also how the reactors get in. And then I get rid of this. And then I need to one of these here. I'm going to change one thing. I did that to there. I might do this just here for a sec. Right, so that covers this whole area over here now. That's my hover. We're going to get rid of that. So this is all still powered on. Perfect. So that powers into there. That's the whole production line. I think I'm going to change this one thing here, and that's no, that's right. So the power comes over here. These supply the grid to that. And also off this grid is the power for that, so it should be right. Yeah. There's a switch for the priority power. Yeah. That is good. I like that. Now I'm going to get rid of these because these were for the hovering. Off the geothermals. Alright, how much power do we have now? How many rods have we got? Do we have our 600 yet? 100, 200, 300, 380. So we're just waiting on these control rods to get back up to production speed. So these should all be back at 100%. They are. So then this production line over here that relied on them, they're almost at 100%, so that's fine. They are getting back up to where they need to be. So now we're just waiting for that to filter back over through into here. And it looks like mostly it must be. Some of these machines were okay. That one was okay. So it's some of these ones that weren't. And I think what's happening here too is I get 30 coming in and I need to divide that by 15, so that's 2 each. But this is all an even split currently. And all of these ones have saturated. On this side they've saturated, you can see. So I need to wait until this saturates back to there so it can then saturate back to these other ones. The other way of resolving this is there's 9 machines there. So 18, 9 and 9, 18. And 6 is... No, 12. 6 and 6. Is that right? No. 9 times 2 is 18. And then, yeah, 9, and then 3 times 2 is 6. There's really no way to do it. There's no way to evenly split it. I need to wait for the saturation. I could take out from these some rods, like take half a stack out, but that's still not going to help. I need to wait for it to saturate. That's what I need to do. There's really nothing for these to all get 100 and to be working properly. We need to let them get to 100. We need to let this line saturate. Thing is, that's never going to happen, is it? Because I'm overflowing. And so maybe what I need to do is before they sink, do a last minute overflow. That's what I need to do. Okay. I can do that. The reason why it's never going to happen is this is an overflow splitter. I'm doing overflow at every spot along here instead of here. And then that's killing because I have, yeah. That's the flaw in my design. So I can fix that. Is that one? Is that right? Okay, uranium cell and that. And then what I need is right, so now I've just got to put another one of these. No. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do. Right. This is not what I was intending on doing, but I am going to fix it. Oh, he made the pun. This will make sense in a second. Yeah, that is the one flaw of my master plan I didn't count on. No, these are the wrong way. Hold on. This will all make sense in a minute. that. Oh no, that needs to be there. Yeah, so I'm gonna have I've done all that and it's not lined up. Oh, frustration. Right, so that's there. Yeah, that one's there. And then all right, so that there. I might do. Oh, it's gonna click. Why do I not plan these things properly sometimes? Oh, I can fix that. That's an easy one, actually. Thankfully. gone wrong here? It's an output, yeah. And that's an input. Default. Oh, I've just fucked up. I think I might be alright, but I think I might have contaminated my electromagnetic, my encased uranium cell line with electromagnetic control rods. I think I might have saved it just in time. No, it'll be alright because overflow. Yep, I've got. It'll be okay. But I should have thought of that. Alright, so left and right will be. Right, geez. So the last step is so now what I'm doing is I'm feeding any overflow products will get fed back in. Nah, this isn't going to work. This still isn't going to work properly because I still need to do another overflow here. I need to do nah, I can fix it. Yeah, we'll do that. So now I will just add to this one overflow. It's a bit excessive of a setup, but sometimes it's just how it is. That should. Yeah, I didn't. It's been so long I've done something like this that I didn't take into account a few things, but they have now been resolved, and I think I've got it right. So basically, the only time I'll sink electromagnetic control rods is if they get all the way backed up to here. So let's see what happens. So all of these ones are going to be running, they will run 100, just because I've been fiddling around production lines, I've annoyed it. But I want this running at 100% before we start feeding reactors. So once these ones, it's these ones over here that are going to take longer to get up to cycle, but I am just going to need to have to wait for that to happen, to be honest. It's going to take longer than I anticipated. I'm just trying to think. It wouldn't matter though. Once I have 600 and they're all full, then the buffer's there, so it might be okay to bite the bullet and start feeding the reactors while I wait for this to properly filter out. The only way to stop it would be to do my overflow back here instead of at every set of 3 manufacturers, which that's the flaw in my design here. It is, isn't it? I think it's going to work out better though, because I am feeding this back in now. But it means it's backing up that way, which means these won't be running at 100% anymore. So I could theoretically put an overflow here as well. Or I run that's what I do. Priority merges. Priority merger means that the right takes it, and then that, yeah. That's the better way of doing it. So then there will never be a backup at the other end. And if it does back up like it is here, then it will sync like it is now. So now I've got it doing what it's supposed to be doing. Which will mean the machines back here will run at 100%. They won't back up with a buffer. It's interesting finding all these little things out once you start ramping it all up. caught it before a buffer, before it started backing up too much. So we are good. These are all still running at 100, which is great. So there's still a bit to do, to be honest. I'm going to move this doggo to the other doggos. Right. Where'd you go? There you go. That one's alright. I'll take them all. Screws! Just what I wanted. Alright, so yeah. There's going to be a delay until I get all that happening. 100, 200, 300, 400, 508. It might be running okay by the time I get to 600. Kind of feel like I need to fix my whole design was not based. Yeah. I think I'm going to rebuild all this. Because it's never going to be reliable at this rate. And when I mean rebuild, I need to get rid. I'm going to get rid of the smart splitters. I'm going to get rid of this whole smart splitter and overflow setup, and have it just on the input. So probably about here. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. You gotta learn from your mistakes sometimes, and not be afraid to correct them. Oh geez, I hate you, diagonal vertical nudge. It's not going to work. If I'm going to do it, then I need to do it. It actually needs to be all the way back here, doesn't it? That one would be the exception to the rule. Yeah. Yeah. But then that's going to be annoying. All right, well, let's start off. We'll just get rid of the overflow. This overflow, I'm gonna hold on. I'm just going to place this here to remind me for the moment. Okay, so let's get rid of a few things here. Okay. I'm going to use this. I think this is still a good idea here, sort of. Let's get rid of a few things here. Alright, so I'm going to put a smart splitter. This is the encased uranium cells, and this is the encased industrial beams. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that. Right, okay, so now we've got some overflow, so I'm going to bring that to probably here. Alright, so there would be that there. Right, so that's overflowing. This one here, this was an overflow that I want, but I don't think I need that. Right, so now you're going to be annoying. This is starting to work. Right, it's backing up like this. This is what I wanted. This, they're just normal splitters, normal splitters. It's these smart splitters I don't need. I'm glad I got to the bottom of this before I powered them on. Right, so there's that one. Right, 3 and 4. Alright, I quickly need to go to the toilet. I'll be back in a sec. Rightio, let's keep going. I want to get this sorted out. He's going to cause me trouble, this guy. Maybe I'll get rid of this. Will that get rid of you? Right. You're lucky I'm nice. I didn't kill you. Which way did these ones go? I can change it now, actually, to be up here. Guys, you finished the rods yet? Look, they are running, but they're not running efficiently. I made an issue with my how I set all up the manufacturers to receive. I was splitting in the wrong spot for the smart splitter, so I'm just fixing that now, and that will mean it will be rock solid. One of us had to win for the night, darts, or maybe yes, no. Darts not so good tonight. So there was overflow. Yes. And for a team effort, it was absolutely horrible. Oh dear. Oh well, at least she gave it a go. Everyone was well off their game this evening. Yeah, it happens sometimes. This is overflow. So through here. $20 streak, that's a higher score than I was throwing tonight. Gaz, well, these things happen, don't they? I reckon we keep it down there. That's a lot of streams, Gaz. Certainly earned the last few thousand points. Well, it would have helped, wouldn't it? It would have helped. Alright, so that's that overflow dealt with. That's ooh. Found ya. Right, that's looking better. But what I need to wait for now is need to wait for these to saturate, for those to saturate out. And once that's done, these will start running at 100%. And we're not going to turn the reactors on until that happens. That's alright. Good thing is I can now build some supports for this stuff. It's easier if I do them. I've got to do all these as well. This did work out better in the long run because I wasn't sure about what we're going to do because we weren't going to have the roof support. So that I didn't have much room, but now that I realise what happened, it prevented me doing a bunch of building I didn't need to do. Straight mode, hey? So they're all... I could change this, couldn't I? I couldn't for that. But I can change them now to a way I'd prefer. Means I can get rid of that. Meza, hello, welcome. How goes it today? You catch me cleaning up some of my mistakes. So now that one doesn't need to go there. Going alright, feels like a Friday, but it's really not, I know, right? We're chewing through some of our rod and plate that I stored up. That one there, that one's already done. The new gain server is in the rack. Excellent. So you obviously found the board that you were looking for, or found something that did what you needed. That's awesome, Meza. Yep, had to compromise on the 10 gig Ethernet, but oh well. Oh well. These things happen. What did you end up going with? 5 gig? Yeah, that needs to go there. 2.5 gigs, sadly, nothing in between. The micro ATX boards are weird. Something I don't know if you looked into, and I've done it here with mine as well, is I used a NVMe to PCIe adapter and then connected my 10 gig card to the PCIe adapter. If you have a spare NVMe slot on your motherboard, MATX boards, there's some weird things. And you just get them on AliExpress. Then they're, yeah. I might do that if I need to, but right now there's no real reason for anything special. Yeah, right. Yeah, it just, and obviously depends on the speed of the NVMe lane. But I still got more than, because mine was downgraded, but I still got more than what a 2.5 gig gave me. So it was still beneficial in the long run. There's some pretty funky NVMe adapters available from China. There's just these really weird edge cases that people have come up with and built solutions around. All right, everything's working. This is my saturation point. I need to wait and see. And also the casings is a saturation point I need to wait for. But once all this is filled, then these ones will start running at 100%. It's just one of those I need to wait. I might sink these rods. Can you sink these rods? I can't remember. Because I was 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 730 rods. I'm not letting them go until these are running at 100%. I needed 600 before I was going to go. But I want all these running at 100, so I need to wait for this saturation to happen. And it's just starting now, like this will start backflowing into these ones. Bit of a design oversight on my behalf, but hey, there's only one way to find out, and that's to build it. Yeah, it will catch up, it's just so basically 18 go that way, 6 this way and 6 this way, so it'll all happen. Science, that's it. You got to science it to find out. Yeah, I had a really stupid setup, and I actually have it in some of my other builds. I realized that I may need to rethink. But I think that's it for today. I think in the next episode will be episode 200, amazingly, coincidentally or not, is probably when we'll flick them over and start powering up. I still can do some building of all this. I need to build this out nicely, and there's Nuke Nobles so I can work on while I wait. You're just about to get your food. Sorry, Meza. It's 10:20 p.m. here at night. I've got to work tomorrow. I've got to get up early, and it's going to be a busy day, unfortunately. Does that mean you're getting close to 700 hours in this save? I think so. I'll tell you in a sec. No, well, I bounced off the space of it. I was trying to get into the green sludge. $658. Not bad. 7 coupons today. I love it when I hear people in videos say, I've played so much of this game, I've got 130 hours. Yeah, it's pretty funny, isn't it? What was that? 7? 7, yeah. It was really funny earlier. Someone was like, I got in the train and drove off and honked the horn, and they're going, there's a horn in the train? I said, there is, and did you know there's a whistle? Honked again and got the whistle. It's like, yes. Didn't get the double whistle, but still got a whistle. Well, folks, we finally got the uranium coming in and made the electromagnetic control rods so we can get our reactors running. Once I brought that uranium in, I started troubleshooting some issues that were going to come up. They always come up. And one of them was a big one where I had a bad design with my overflow for the incoming products to the uranium fuel rods production line. So I deleted a bunch of smart splitters and belts and changed it all, and now it's running properly. I'm going to have to wait a bit for it to back up so everything will run at 100%. But that should happen in the next episode, and that's episode 200, amazingly. So we're going to be getting our nuclear power running by episode 200 by the sounds of it. Pretty awesome. So we'll see you there. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, night. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.